Hi guys, this is Stan. Welcome to another weekly reading vlog. This reading vlog is a little bit special because it is not just a normal cozy reading vlog, but this reading vlog is actually planned by the AI. Yes, the AI. Disclaimer here first, it is not a Friday, but today is a Monday. I can't film over the weekend, so I moved the schedule from Friday to Monday. So you're gonna treat Monday as Friday, Tuesday as Saturday, Wednesday as Sunday. Easy to understand, right? In this reading vlog, I hope that I can finish this book, The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence. I'm not too sure would I be able to finish this book over this reading vlog because this book is thick. I am roughly halfway through the book and I still got over 300 pages left. So if I can finish it by this vlog, I hope that I can get as far as possible. Hopefully I can get around 85% of it done. In this book, we're gonna follow two main characters. One is a girl called Lafira. She was originally from the dust. You can imagine the dust is somewhere with really brutal living environment. After a series of literally unfortunate events, she was reallocated to the city. She was still a little bit brutal because of her upbringing, but people saw her talent and she was smart, so that she could work in the library. Because of her curiosity, she wanted to explore this massive, literally really massive library. It is like a library without any ends. Throughout her exploration, she found out this library is not something really easy because there would be different rooms with different building structures, and it looks like this library was not built on the same day. The next POV is a male called Eva. I am still not too sure what is going on with this POV. Eva or Eva, with his not blood-related siblings, were trapped in this massive library again. These siblings were trapped in a device called the mechanism, which according to what books you bring in with you, you will acquire that sort of talents. But unfortunately, Eva was the boy without any talents. So he gonna act like the apprentice to these siblings to learn some skills from them. So he was always the one not the most talented in this area, but better than the rest of the siblings. And there are two characters living with these siblings. One is called the soldier and the other one is called the assistant. They are sort of related to the design of the library, I would say, but there are still lots of mysteries around them. Let's say when or where they are exactly. But for Eva, he didn't want to trap in this library. He acquired a special book, and that book sort of helping him to get some memories back. Since then, he wanted to meet and save this character. This is my very first time to read anything by Mark Lawrence. I find his writing style is a little bit on the drier side, and it is always come with some layers of secrets, some layers of details, some layers of his wisdoms. So for the first 100 pages, I found it a little bit challenging to go through. There were some details and I was not too sure which one to focus on or what sort of goal our characters are going for. But after that 100 pages, I would definitely say it is a bit easier to go through. By the way, it is a special edition from the Log Library and it is quite stunning. I'm not gonna lie. I count myself lucky here because I got it on eBay and it is like a used copy, but didn't specify it is a special edition, so I am lucky. And it made me to order the special edition for the sequel as well, so I'm not sure is it good or not. So here is my reading space setup. It is pretty simple. I got a sofa, some cushions and a throw, which I'm sure you have seen it before. And I mean, who doesn't read on the sofa? I mean, should I show you something really special about my setup? I'm not sure what the AI think about it. And for special accessories, I would say in the day it's coffee, in the evening it is alcohol. Really special, right? But now I need to prepare for dinner and later I will read a little bit more of The Book That Wouldn't Burn. I will see you in the next update. See ya! So I think it is the time to give you a quick update about the book that wouldn't burn by Mark Lawrence. I didn't read much since the last update. I think I roughly read 30-ish pages more. So I think there's not too much to talk about in terms of the plot, but I think I can give you some more details about what this book is about other than talking about those two characters. First of all, I want to give you some more information about the character Lifira. We all know that she came from the dust, but in general in the city, Creth, Duster was not welcome in general, so it kind of make it difficult for her to find any post, any job in the city because of her identity as the Duster. So luckily she was lucky enough to be the apprentice in the library. People, especially the powerful ones, still hate her because of her social status. Secondly, is about this massive library with different sort of books that have been accumulated since the past. What makes this kingdom so powerful is because it can learn from the books, and the books always represent the truth, but it all depends on how you interpret what is the truth, what is not. So let's say if I want to find something about this particular topic, some people may agree with this, some people may disagree with it, but I can still find the books that support both sides in the library. With all these powerful books and information, and especially the knowledge you can gain from it, the kingdom can trade this with other empires to make them powerful. The kingdom can also make powerful weapons by learning from these books so that they can defend themselves. Other than that, the city, Creth, where Lefira was working in, where the library was, since her arrival or since she was working with the library, there was a constant invasion from a mysterious species called the Saber. Nobody know where they come from, nobody know anything about them, why they want to take the city down so much, but it seems to link to the library after all. And of course, we always get some wisdom from Mark Lawrence from time to time, and the writing itself is actually quite beautiful. So now I have read more than half of this book, and I guess I can say something about what I like about it and also something that I am not a big fan of. The first thing I like about this book is our two main characters are actually from two different timelines. By some device, they may be able to meet up but not too frequently. They are both working and living in the library, and I guess maybe they are coming from the same library, but it is just about when were they from. I like the fact that we got two sides of evidence and clues. As the reader, we are going through this journey with these two characters to figure out what is actually going on in this massive library. They have this device called the mechanism, which allows them to meet up in a space called the exchange, and in this space they can share about what have they learned, and you can tell they both care about each other, which I also quite like. Lifira will ask about, hey, how are you going with your investigation about this missing person? And when they were separate, Eva will think about how Lifira was doing in her timeline, which I think this interaction is actually quite lovely. And I also love the side characters in this book because they are not flat at all. With Lafira, she got her own study group and work companions and also her own bodyguard. Eva got his not blood-related siblings and also the assistant and also the soldier. They all got their own things going on and they also got their own personalities. I find that they're not flat at all, they got their own story going on. The things I'm not a big fan of is the pacing of this book. I find that the first 100 pages is quite difficult to get through. It really takes time for me to get into the story and be invested in them. Also, when the writing of Mark Lawrence get a bit whimsical, I think some of them are fine, but sometimes I may be taken out of the context. It is like the writing and also the story may not be matching together in a sense. Let me know if you have read this book. Do you like this kind of whimsical arrangement in the chapters? Because sometimes I will be enjoying it, but sometimes it is like I am not in the story, I'm not with Lifira or Eva. Now I don't have time to read, but I hope that later in the day I got some time to read a little bit more because once again this book is thick and I hope that I could finish this book in this reading vlog. Fingers crossed. I hope that I can do it, but I don't think so. So I'll see you in the next update. See ya! So here comes the really quick update of my progress on this book, The Book That Wouldn't Burn. In the last 2 hours, I've been reading a little bit more. I would say roughly 30-ish pages. Once again, I don't think I'm able to give you any more thoughts on this book. Just one thing I've noticed is how time passed in Livira's world. It is always 2 years later, 3 years later, and then 2 years later. I'm not sure, is this time flies done deliberately? And there was not too much happening with Eva's perspective. I always think the storyline of Eva's is a little bit disjointed in a sense. Maybe I'm just too invested in Livira's perspective, but it seems that I don't really care about what is going on with him. Of course, I would like to solve this mystery with him, but I'm just not too invested in him compared to Livira. So here's a question for those who have read this book. Do you love Livira, or do you love Eva, or do you love both of them, or do you simply not care about them at all? Do you DNF it? Maybe, I'm not sure. Feel free to discuss it in the comment, because I think this kind of time traveling fantasy is quite fascinating, because you would never know what will happen until the end of the story. How every piece is gonna be connected in the bigger picture. In terms of the challenges I have faced in this reading vlog, I would say this AI is really demanding. There's quite a lot of questions, quite a lot of instructions, quite a lot of guidelines I have to follow, but overall, I think it is entertaining. Just in terms of the reading, I would say I hope that I could have done a little bit more, because who doesn't want to see someone who read a lot in a reading vlog, right? I wish I could read over 1,000 pages in this reading vlog, but it is not possible. Sorry guys. By the way, I want to say a huge thank you to you guys, because last week reading vlog is a little bit special. I spent a little bit more time doing the editing of the opening, so it looks like you are running a game. In case you don't know, it is Wii. Anyone play Wii before? I played it when I was young. Not that much compared to Switch or Xbox now, but I did play it. The opening is literally like you're running a game, from injecting a disc, choosing the game, and then let it run. The loading time at that time is that awful. It's just like the loading time of that reading vlog. It's the same. It is interesting to do that. I find it entertaining as well. So huge thank you to you guys saying that that is interesting as well. Thank you. So the time now is 5:30, and this clock is literally like my companion in all these reading vlogs. So I think I may be reading a little bit more before I cook. In the evening, I'm not sure will I read anymore, because I will just watch TV in the evening. Before bed, definitely. So I think I will see you in the next update. So see ya. Set my special accessories for night reading. A pint. Hi guys, it is the final day of this reading vlog, and I can't believe how time flies, and I didn't read much at all. Since the last update, of course, I have read a little bit more. I think I roughly got around 130 pages left, so I don't see myself finishing this book by the end of this vlog, so I can't reach the goal. I'm sorry about it, but hopefully I can get it down to less than 80 pages left so I can finish it within the week, and I don't think it is that bad. I know that the sequel, The Book That Broke the World, gonna be released in early April. Let me know in the comment, do you want me to do another reading vlog featuring that book, because I mainly read this one in this reading vlog, so it makes sense to feature the sequel in another vlog as well, but not necessarily planned by the AI though. This AI is tough, so many guidelines to follow. Speaking of the AI, I think now it is the time to recommend a book that is similar to what I'm reading. I don't think I have read a lot about books that are about books, but one I think I can recommend is this one above here. It is The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. I have just finished this book, and I in general had a really good time with this one. This book is about a girl called Casey. One day she received this mysterious book called The Book of Doors, like the title of this book, from one of her loyal customers. This book is really powerful because with this book in your hand, you can just open a door and it could bring you to anywhere in this world. To make it more powerful, this book is not constrained by any sort of time limits, So you can just open a door to bring you to the future or even to the past. With such powerful magic, it of course would attract the wrong attention. So luckily, Casey met another guy called Mr. Fox who wanted to protect all these magical books in a safe place. This book is really fast-paced and about how they're gonna obtain and protect all these magical books from all the bad guys. And this book is actually quite emotional because on their journey, they will open up about their past. They will learn some lesson on this journey because they can time travel. So if you're looking for fantasy books that are about books, I think this recent release will gonna be on your TBR soon. Also, all of a sudden, I need to talk about my favorite genre and favorite authors. So if you can't tell already from my background, I love fantasy books and my favorite author, of course, Brandon Sanderson. Do I need to explain? Brandon Sanderson, shelf for you. I think if you read any books by Brandon Sanderson, in general, they are not gonna be terrible or crap. You're gonna fall in love with them very soon, and it is kind of like a safety net because it is sort of guaranteed that there's not gonna be any disappointment. And every world is just so unique and they got their own magic systems. All the characters are just so lively, so likable. So I guess that's why people fall in love with Brandon Sanderson or Cosmere. Now I have to make my lunch, the same old sandwich, and I guess I'll see you in the final updates. See ya! By the way, I forgot to mention that when I read the book that wouldn't burn, I came across the major plot twist. I am sort of shocked by it. Why didn't I figure it out? It looks like all the pieces are starting to come in together, and I look forward to read more and find out how this story gonna end. So, see ya! So I guess it is the time to give you the final update of this special reading vlog. I am sorry to report that I couldn't finish this book. Even though I've pushed myself in this afternoon, I still got roughly 60-ish pages left, which without any difficulty, I could finish it within this week. But I can't reach my goal. I failed. I'm sorry, guys. Overall, I would say that it is quite an interesting experience because it is not like a normal reading vlog. From time to time, I do have to look up to the guideline to see what questions I have to answer. Very weirdly, all of a sudden, I had to talk about what genre I am reading, but it is nearly the end of the vlog. And also, out of the blue, I have to give you book recs. So this reading vlog is a little bit chaotic, but I would say it is still fun to do. But what I'm doing now is not controlled by the AI. I've got a special book mail, so I guess we should open it together to celebrate the end of this reading vlog. It's really secured. It is The Light of All That Falls by James Islington, the last book of the Lecanius trilogy. Yes, I know that I haven't started the second book yet, but I already got the third book and also the last book of this trilogy. But it is only because I saw it on eBay and it was quite affordable. So yeah, you're in my house now. I'll put you in a shelf in a minute. We all know that I got my dream bookcase and I did a setup video not long ago, but I'm not gonna lie. My shelf is nearly full. I bought too many books even though I promised myself I won't get any more. Yes, I know that I have said that I will try to finish all the books on my shelf first before I get any more in, but I guess it is quite a common reader problem. Just keep buying books. But don't worry, even though I said the shelves are full, but it is not like a running out of space situation. I can, rearrange it a little bit to fit all the books back in. So I guess in the future, I will do a rearranging the bookcase video. So I guess that would be another interesting video to do with you. So once again, I want to say a thank you to you guys for joining me on this reading journey. You can also share your thoughts about this kind of AI plan my video situation. Personally, it is quite an interesting experience and I want to know how you guys feel about it. Next week, I will definitely do a video about my April TBR because you know what? April is coming. And also for the reading vlog, I guess I will do another AI planned video, but that reading vlog is not a cozy reading vlog, but it will be once again, another 24-hour readathon because next week I'm going to Cambridge overnight and there is not much time for me to film a, reading vlog that is across several days. That means that next week we're gonna have a April TBR and also another 24-hour readathon. And for the week after, we're gonna have a Cambridge reading vlog. That Cambridge reading vlog will be like the one in London because I don't want to read too much when I am away. That's the truth. So there will be footage in Cambridge and back home reading again. So now I have to remind the viewers, you to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and I need to express my gratitude for your support. So if you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a like. If you don't want to miss any content from me, make sure you have subscribed to my channel. I will see you real soon. Goodbye!